So, in other terms, welcome to the finale of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Which kind of feels weird to say considering how long I've been on this project for. Even if a lot of it I haven't spent working on it, technically. But before I go into the main gist of today's episode, which will be online, I would like to go over a few things regarding the goals of this Let's Play. The main one was to get all of the car parts, golden car parts. There's one left, and the way you go about getting it is by, I believe, in this version, collecting 5,000 coins. As we can see here, I barely have 300 or 3,300, so I still have a few left to get. I'm not going to worry about getting the remaining coins to get that. I'll just quickly add before I forget that in the Wii U version it is 10,000. Just so we're clear. I won't worry about getting the remaining coins we need to get the Golden Glider, which is what you get for that. I will get it when I get it, and because I will be covering the Booster Course DLC, I get the feeling that eventually I will get it, and I think the episode I can mention it, I will mention it, and maybe for an episode I will use the Golden Card set. But I'll quickly flash up what the Golden Glider looks like so you can have a reference for it. And I think with that being said, let's get into things. But I think, I don't feel like I need to mention anything else. Let's just get into online. I will be cutting out most of the waiting around. Pretty much. So global, pretty much, you play with players around the world. Regionals, regional. More specifically in your area. So for me, it would be for people in Australia and New Zealand. Friends and rivals. People you have on your friends list, essentially. And I think tournament, is more specifically, you can choose to partake in online races that are much more controlled. So you basically have a control over what courses you're playing, what items you can have, that sort of thing. I believe you can make your own as well as join up with things, but I think, with that being said, let's go into regional, because I've had a lot more success with regional races, although if I have to, I will go to global. I mean, it is 10 a.m. Okay. Yeah, it is 10 a.m. on a Wednesday, so I don't think a lot of people will be up racing, I don't think. Okay. Can I race myself? I think I might quickly go to global to see how we found that one. So if you're looking at my rank and noticing it is fairly low, The rank being the number you see there. It's referred to as your VR. Yeah, let's go Toad's Turnpike. Let's not leave this waiting part in, as I am explaining things. I haven't touched this game much outside from doing this, so I haven't really had the time to improve my online rating, and I thought about probably catching up, as it wouldn't exactly be fair to have someone of my experience be here racing technically people who've picked up the game for the first time. But that being said, I'm not sure if this is something to do with like regionals. Since I have kind of seen this appear in regional most often than not. But sometimes the matchmaking will just put you with whoever, and like sometimes you will be put with people like much higher than you, like that sort of thing. So sometimes your online ranking doesn't really have that much impact, I don't think. So yeah, that's why I'm not that high up on the ranking. Although that being said, I think in the Wii U version, I believe I either got to 6,000 or 8,000? Like, it was fairly high? It was pretty surprising. Okay, I'm taking a blue shell. That's fine. I would also like to mention now that, because of the time I'm recording this, we could come across some DLC courses before I cover them in future episodes, which will be an interesting thing to see, I think. So I think I would like to add that what speed you race on is determined on, I believe it's like how high you are in your ranking. But there are times where you can get like, it just depends on the race to race. You won't always be racing on 150. Okay, wow. A second blue shell. To be honest, I am kind of surprised I was able to take the lead so efficiently. Although I think maybe on global they do kind of take into account your VR much better than in regional. Which kind of feels a little weird. Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll just say, if waiting until the countdown starts. I guess depending on how long it takes for the countdown to start before each race. It seems we had a disconnect, or just someone taking their time. That's fine. So we are racing on 100cc, so we are going a little slower than I would like. Also, I'm not expecting to win every single race. I think I've seen few online tier lists, or character tier lists, and despite the fact that Daisy is high-ish, I wouldn't say I'm exactly playing into the meta, I don't think. So I don't expect to win every single race. Although Maybe the fact that I have more experience than what I let on due to my VR ranking, maybe. Maybe that could be a thing. Okay. Having a fairly alright race, although we do have a meta player here. Who unsurprisingly is Japanese, although I don't think that matters much. Okay. Am I able to sneak in a first place? That is something I am going to look for. Okay. It's another... Yeah, I'm fine with the second place, I think. Considering the bit of a rough start we had there, that is totally acceptable for me. I'm totally down with that. Sometimes I kinda think of random wasn't a choice on this. Like, you had to pick the 3 options you had or provided with you. Like, otherwise, I kinda think that it kind of, like, Ren kind of makes the choices redundant if they get picked, I think. Like, yeah, I guess that does add another option for you, but then again, kinda feel like there should be 4 options, maybe. And that being said, the chances of you getting your pick is very slim, depending on how many races there are. Also, like, that being said, yeah, if you don't like the 3 races or 3 choices you're given, like I said before, it's really uncommon that you will get your pick. So, like, yeah, it's kind of like, if you do have a situation where there's 3 courses where you just don't like any of them, it's sort of like, yeah, just get ready to race on a course you don't really like all that much, like that sort of thing. I am kind of in favor of the track selection they added, I think in 7? That being, you're given 3 courses and a random option, and then the game decides what to pick from there. From what people have chosen. Like that sort of thing. Okay, I just want to say, hasn't been a blue shell. Though... I want to make this race interesting, so I won't... I won't block the blue shell. Okay. Okay, wow. Do I even want to include that race since it was like really boring? I'll just see what we get. Because I think I might like race for an hour and see what we get from that. Definitely feels weird being near the top of the thing here. Yeah. Although I guess just have much more online. Well, it's at stake, I believe. Okay, ooh, okay. I kinda want to see if I can take that shortcut for the 3rd lap. Even if I get the feeling that I won't be able to take that shortcut. Due to how inaccessible it is. That sort of thing. Let's go this way. I get the feeling that this path is going to be better off for me in the long run. Just due to the fact of that. Okay, why am I doing it that way? Why was I doing that? Also, I think throughout most of this Let's Play, I have kind of been avoiding ignoring the look back button, which can help you out in some circumstances. Just like during a single play, you don't really need it, and like online, it is helpful a little bit. Okay. Should have checked off that. Okay. Okay, wow, that's way too far. Okay, yes. Also, yes, it is advised to get it by everything but the blue shell if a blue shell was coming and you can't avoid it otherwise. Just due to hitstone mechanics. If this was Wii, then I probably would have been hit by both the banana and the blue shell. Pretty much. But because it isn't Wii, I am able to avoid it that way. Okay, wow, another blue shell? Did I avoid it again? Okay, no I didn't. Okay. Bit of a closer race this time. Okay, cool. I'm hoping that my regional room would set me up with a much tougher crowd. I'm hoping. Okay, although hopefully now that we're at the back of the pack, we can start off a bit better. Hopefully. So how have I not seen that billboard before? Although I think it only appears on this course. Okay, I'll save it for later, I think. I believe, now we can really get into things, hopefully. Hopefully. Although, yeah, what would Mario Kart 8 look like if, coins weren't really such a big part of the mechanic, especially online? Because in some ways I like the coin mechanic, but in other ways I kind of feel like it hampers the experience. Like, not to mention removing coins would definitely level up the playing field a little bit more, I feel like. Like, I definitely hope that the next Mario Kart game that comes out, if it does include a coin mechanic similar to this, they do improve it somewhat. Because I kind of feel like at the moment it's sort of like an all or nothing sort of deal. Like that sort of thing. Okay. Belly blocked there, that's great. And I just noticed that there's 4 Waluigi's. That's a lot of Waluigi. I do kind of have the mind to make the thumbnail for this episode just to be Waluigi. Although I kind of get the feeling that the Toads are going to be the best idea. Like, as they do kind of represent online a lot better than a specific character would, I think. Okay, I kind of feel like I would be biased if I only included wins, but then again, like the only major loss I've had so far. I feel like it wasn't exciting. Not to mention the commentary wasn't the best. Okay. I think regardless of the outcome, I'm gonna include this in the video, I think. Maybe. It just depends on how good of a race it is. You know, at this speed it might not end up being that great. Okay. Definitely a lot of items being used at the moment, which I guess is good. Okay. Could I get like a star, please? That would help a bit, I think. Definitely a lot, maybe. Okay. Not really sure what I'm focusing on, I guess. Oh my god! Okay, that was a good race to finish off on. That was a good one. So, I think regardless if I do end up needing to record a little bit more, which I think I might, maybe, I'll just do my outro here. So, of course, like I said beforehand, this is not going to be the last of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the channel, as there are still the Booster Course DLC that I'm going to cover. It's definitely going to appear sooner than you think. But I think next up on the channel, aside from more Mario Kart DLC, more Mario Kart, apart from a 5-episode chapter of Hyrule Warriors, I think I'll just leave it at that. I'm going to be doing something I haven't done before, but it won't be the first time I've covered a game in the style I am going to be covering it in. There is a game on this channel I've covered that I'm going to be doing it in a similar way, like that sort of thing. But until then, that's when I'll see you.